Welcome, football fans. And you're looking live at Hughes Stadium here on the campus of Sacramento City College. Tonight's matchup features the Christian Brothers Falcons coming off 5 straight wins versus the El Camino Eagles coming off, I know it's 2 straight losses. Thank you for tuning in to the final edition of Friday Night Lights presented by KBFT Sports. And for a couple keys to the game right before kickoff, let's kick it over to my partner, Jason Carey.
Well, Mark, I got 3 keys to the game for you tonight. My first key of the game is for the Falcon offense and Gunnar Falk. We all know he is the real deal here this year. And my first key of the game is to get Gunnar going. He has 25 total touchdowns this year for our Falcons, and that is three shy of the school record of 28. So I'm looking for Gunnar to get going early and to break the record this game. My second key of the game lies in the Falcons' defense. Senior Connor Laffin has 7 sacks on the year, and partner in crime Daniel Samoz follows him up with 4 sacks on the year. So I'm looking for Samoz and Laffin to get into the Eagle backfield and to wreak havoc for the Eagle offense. And then my third key of the game lies in the hands of number 6, Will Warner. He is an explosive player, but Spencer Webb and Tyler Green, they will get their share of plays on the offense. So I'm looking for number 6, Will Warner, to have an impact on the passing game for the Falcons, and I'm looking for him to come up with some huge plays here in tonight's contest.
Thank you, Jason. And we are underway here from Hughes Stadium. Brian Robinson's kick was returned by Connor Laffin all the way down to the Christian Brothers 49-yard line. And that is where the high-powered, high-flying Falcon offense will start tonight. 1st and 10 from the 49.
And here comes Falk. Like I said, he has 25 touchdowns on the year. 3 shy of the record of 28.
Yeah, we'll see if he can snap Chris Gillen's record here tonight with a 4-touchdown performance. Gunner's coming off a 6-touchdown performance last week against Rio, so we'll see if he can repeat that. Falk drops back and looks for a man over the middle. He has Tyler Green, but just overshoots him.
Falk just overshooting Green. And Green comes into the game with 24 receptions on the year for 447 yards and 10 total touchdowns. So we'll be looking for Green to be a major threat in tonight's passing game for Falk.
Yeah, and a fun fact, Tyler Green and Spencer Webb actually have the same amount of receptions this season. So we'll see what the offensive coordinator, Coach Boyle, can draw up here on 2nd down and 10 from the 49. With 11 minutes and 27 seconds here to go in the first
Jack
quarter.
O'Hearn ISO'd on the outside.
And the handoff goes to Jacob Tucker through the middle. He is bottled up after a 4-yard gain.
3rd down for the Falcons. Let's see if they can get back to the passing attack and Falk.
Yeah, that'll bring up 3rd down and 5. Jason, do you have a man we should look for here? Falk to target.
I'm looking for number 4, Spencer Webb, the big wideout going to the University of Oregon. I'm looking for Falk to target Webb here on this 3rd down.
Well, we'll be on the top of your screen as the fake goes to Brady Fisk, and Falk is through the middle. He has 2 men to beat. Oh, and he does not beat him. The ball is out, and it appears to be recovered by El Camino. It is indeed recovered by El Camino.
That is a rare turnover for Gunnar Falk. He saw the end zone, but just did not see that Eagle defender coming towards him, and that is a fumble.
Yeah, great hack there by the El Camino defender. Just hacked down on the ball and took it right out of Gunnar's hands. So that's 1st down and 10 from the 14 for the El Camino Eagles.
Now we'll see what the Falcons defense can bring tonight. Like I said, they got Connor Laffin on the edge. I'm looking for him to have an impact here tonight and get in the backfield.
Yeah, we'll see if that Falcon defense can pick up Gunnar Falk after one of his first turnovers of the year.
Number 44, Jake Regino. He is the anchor of the Falcons defense, playing linebacker. He leads the team in tackles this year with 53 total tackles. Mate Jack O'Hearn, 2nd in the team with 50 total tackles to anchor the Falcons' powerful defense. Yeah, and I also see Spencer Webb, number 4, on the edge, so let's see if he can make some plays.
Zach Buick hands to number 5, Michael Anderson Pope, and he is through the middle before getting swallowed up by a horde of Falcons after a 3-yard gain.
Michael Alderson Pope is a senior for the Eagles, and he is their lead back, and they rely on him a lot in their offense. He is a workhorse. So that will be another key to the game is for the Falcons defense to stop the run and to stop Alderson Pope from breaking any big ones out.
Zach Buick, the relative of Brian Buick, who we mentioned earlier, the defensive coordinator, takes the snap out of the shotgun and is back to pass and is incomplete around the 30-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6 here with 10 minutes and 7 seconds to go.
If I'm the Eagles, I'm looking for wide receiver Isaiah Horn or wide receiver Tadario Hunt. They're their top 2 leading receivers. So if I'm quarterback Zach Buick, I'm looking for either Hunt or Horn on 3rd down.
Buick has the snap and hands to Pope, but he is bottled up at the line of scrimmage. Oh, the ball is out, but I think they're going to blow the play dead after a 1-yard gain. Should bring up 4th down and 5.
The Falcons defense coming up with a big 3-and-out here on the Eagles' first possession of the game. That will get Falk and the offense back with the ball.
Yeah, the Falcon defense really did a great job there to pick up Falk after a disappointing fumble.
Number 7, Tyler Green will be back to return. Always an explosive threat in the return game. So we'll see what we'll see what Magic Green can do here. He has 3 return touchdowns on the air, so maybe he'll break out number 4 here against El Camino.
Yeah, Tyler Green averaging 20 yards a return. Really an impressive number on the returns. And the kick is up, and it will bounce at around the 50-yard line. And will be down at Christian Brothers' 46-yard line, which is where Falk and the offense will take over. So we'll see how that El Camino defense comes out with a new defensive coordinator this week after their defensive coordinator was fired after a confrontation with Rio Americano at midfield. So Rio Americano, after the 13-7 win over the Eagles last week, tried to plant their flag in midfield, and Buick did an overly violent job of breaking up the confrontation, apparently, as Falk keeps the ball again and goes through the middle for a 2-yard gain. But back to Brian Buick. Apparently that, and combined with some kind of altercation in a parking lot, and his reaction to that altercation with a police officer, he was fired from the El Camino coaching staff last week. And apparently the players fully support him and even considered a protest of this game. And so we're lucky to be here tonight, watching some Friday Night Lights on senior night. And the give is to Jacob Tucker through the middle, and he strengthens his way out for 6 yards.
3rd down and short. I'm looking for the Falcons to hand the ball back off to Tucker here. 2 nice gains on 1st and 2nd down. I think they'll feed it to him here on 3rd to pick up that 1st down and continue their drive.
Yeah, the Falcons have really been making a concerted effort to establish the run. And we'll look for them to play off that running game and maybe use some play-action passes as the game goes on.
Looks like the chains will come out and they will measure to see if Tucker got the 1st down on his last carry. If not, it will be 3rd and inches for the Falcons.
Yeah, Tucker really did a great job fighting through a couple El Camino defenders to get extra yards and force this chain measurement right here. Wow, it is very close. And
looks like he is just short. So it will be 3rd and inches for the Falcon offense. And like I said, I'm looking for them to hand it right back off to Tucker.
Yeah, that Falcon offense has been very explosive on 3rd down so far this year, and has clearly not been afraid to take shots deep, especially on 3rd and short when it really looks like it, when it might be a run up the middle. Offensive coordinator Evan Boylan has not been scared to call a little play-action pass and a shot down the field to Spencer Webb or Tyler Green. Spencer
Webb with ISO on the outside. Maybe on 3rd and short here they throw a deep ball to him to get the offense going. Spencer Webb with a big size advantage, too, on the matchup with this corner.
Yeah, he looks to have at least a foot matchup over the short little corner over there on the top of the screen. So 3rd down and 1 here with 8 minutes and 55 seconds to go, and QB sneak is to Falk, and he's brought down around the line of scrimmage. It will be interesting to see where they mark this play.
I think they're going to give him enough forward progress to keep the drive going for a 1st down.
And indeed, that will be a 1st down for the Falcons at the 44-yard line of El Camino.
3 straight running plays to open up the drive here for CB. Let's see if they can get someone going in the passing attack.
Indeed, 4 wide receivers for Falk here, as wide receiver Freddie Fisk comes in motion, and the handoff is to Fisk. He has a lot of running room around the outside. Stiff arms a man, is brought down at the 26-yard line.
It's a nice run there by number 33, Freddie Fisk. So he picked up the first down and lowered his shoulder for extra yards.
Yeah, great 17-yard run there by Freddie Fisk, who hasn't been used much on offense this season. He had a couple catches in an impressive showing against McClatchy, but has really been used a lot in the jet sweep game. Him and wide receiver Will Warner have spent a lot of time in that slot position so far this year, complimenting Tyler Green and Spencer Webb.
Green and Webb at the top of your screen. Jack O'Hearn spread out wide at the bottom.
As Falk pitches left and has Jacob Tucker, who is brought down at the 22-yard line after a 2-yard gain.
Jacob Tucker with a nice run there for the Falcons. CB also features backs Chase Gallup and Jaden Green. They will also do some running through the middle for the Falcon offense this game.
Yeah, and despite that nice stable of running backs for the Falcons, Gunnar Falk does lead the team in rushing. As play action fake. And he's looking deep down the field and has Spencer Weber on the goal line, and he powers in for a score. Touchdown, Falcons.
Nice throw there by Falk. Gives him touchdown number 26 on the year. 2 shy of tying the record. Spencer Webb, that will be another touchdown for him. That brings him to number 14 on the year. The Oregon-bound tight end / wide receiver having himself a year so far.
Yeah, and I was talking to Spencer at school today. He said his goal for tonight, 3 touchdowns. So we'll see how he only has 2 more to go.
Well, it's only the first quarter, and he's already 1/3 of the way there, Mark.
We have still 7 minutes and 17 seconds to go here in the first. As Webb jogs back onto the field.
This is interesting decision for the Falcons, as it looks like they will go for 2 here and not kick. And this is interesting because last game they went for 2 almost every touchdown and did not attempt an extra point against Rio Americana.
And that was likely because kicker Luca Badararo was still on the Kairos retreat. And we'll be back after this short break, and we'll see what the Falcons can draw up for the extra point play.
After the timeout, looks like the Falcons will come out not in extra point formation. Looks like they will go for 2. Quarterback Gunnar Falk spread out wide at the bottom of the screen. Looks like Jake Regino will be taking the snap, maybe in the Wildcat formation.
And Regino takes the snap, runs right, and is in for 2.
Nice play there by Evan Boylan, the offensive coordinator, to draw up the 2-point conversion as Regino is untouched into the end zone.
A little classic Ricky Williams Miami action there, and we'll be back after this for the kickoff. Jacob Tucker and the Falcon kickoff team is back, and Tucker boosts the ball, and we are underway. It's going to be a short kick that lands about the 35-yard line. Still rolling. And the ball is loose, and it looks like it was recovered by an El Camino Eagle after an incredible scrum down there at the 25-yard line.
Short kick there by Tucker. I don't know if he was attempting an onside or what, but almost worked out, and the Falcons almost recovered, but the Eagles will fall on the ball as they will have 1st and 10 at about their own 26-yard line.
So we'll see what the Eagles can cook up here on 1st down and 10. As the snap is back to Buick, and he throws out to number 13 for on a screen pass, who's juking a couple men, but is brought down to the 26-yard line by a flock of Falcons.
Buick looking for Horn there, one of his main targets, but for no gain really on the play. Horn could not find any open running room.
Yeah, Isaiah Horn, really the slot back, the shifty complement to the bigger, more powerful Michael Anderson Pope in that Eagle backfield. And wow, the imposing Michael Anderson Pope in the backfield here on this play. As Buick takes a snap in the shotgun and gives him Caldwell Pope, he is brought down after a 2-yard gain.
Nothing there for Anderson Pope on the ground. Falcons defense have come out to play today and stop the run. That would bring up 3rd and 9 for the Eagles.
Yeah, this is really a critical down here for the Eagles with 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. If they're trying to get anything going and keep this Falcon offense off the field, they could really use a big conversion on 3rd down and long.
Buick's got to be looking for either Horn or Hunt here in the passing game.
And he's looking deep for a wide receiver, but it is off his hands. Will Warner with great coverage there around the 50-yard line.
Quarterback Zach Buick is looking for Dario Hunt there. Almost had him, but like I said, Will Warner with a great defensive play there to bring up 4th down.
Will Warner, really a great talent for this Falcon team, playing both ways on offense, defense, and he'll be on the field here for the punt return.
I'd like to shout out Will Warner. Grandparents flown in from Augusta, Maine for the game tonight, for senior night. So hopefully Warner can come up with some big plays for your Falcons. It says grandparents are all the way from Maine for this pivotal senior night game.
Yeah, this is the first game that Warner's grandparents have ever seen him play in person. Oh, kick is blocked! And it is recovered by the Falcons! Wow! What an impressive play there by the Falcons punt team.
That looked like number 3, Cam Walker, on the block there. Not sure who recovered that, but that was Walker with the block. And the Falcons have great field position at their own 8-yard line to start this drive.
Wow. The impressive speed there by Walker really got around the end, and the punter really had no chance of getting that one off.
That's senior Cam Walker going to Sac State next fall to continue his education. And that was a huge play there by Walker on senior night. Really looking to have a huge game here.
That'll set up the Falcons here with 1st down and goal from the 8-yard line. As Falk's back to pass and is looking for Spencer Webb in the end zone, and he has his man. Touchdown, Falcons.
That's touchdown number 27 for quarterback Gunnar Falk. One shy of tying the record set by Chris Gillen. And that is also Spencer Webb's 2nd of the game, bringing him to 16 total touchdowns on the year. And Mark Falk and Webb just have that connection going for them tonight. Look at the senior quarterback to the senior wide receiver, and it's just a thing of beauty if you ask me.
Yeah, they've had that connection going tonight, and they've really had it going all season long.
There's really no stopping Falk and Webb. They have just been trouble for opposing defenses all season long, and they have proved that here tonight with 2 early touchdowns. And the Falcons are not in extra point formation as Falk is in the backfield this time.
And the handoff goes to Will Warner around the side, looking for room, and Warner is in for 2.
There's Will Warner with the jet sweep, getting the handoff and putting it in for 2. And he is an explosive player that the Falcons look to in the short run game sometimes, and he capitalizes there on his effort. I know his grandparents will be proud of him there. All the way from Maine as Warner's making his presence known tonight.
That'll put the Falcons up 16-0 with 5 minutes and 37 seconds to go here in the first, and we'll be back after this break. So after another impressive drive from the Falcon offense, Jacob Tucker is back to kick, and his kick is away, and there's another short punt. It will be fielded this time at the 25-yard line by the Eagle return man. And he has space around the side. Jacob Jones and Jacob Tucker are chasing after him, and he is pushed out of bounds after a great return down to the CB 47-yard line.
That was number 2, Jaquan Henderson for the Eagles, setting them up in Falcon territory to begin this drive.
Yeah, after two really poor 3-and-outs from the Eagle offense where they haven't really got anything going, we'll see if this great field position afforded them by their kick returner can set them up and maybe get some points on the board.
Anderson Pope is the running back in the backfield, looking like another handoff to him.
And indeed, it is a handoff to Anderson Pope, but he is swallowed up by Connor Laffin and Spencer Webb after a 3-yard gain.
Anderson Pope, not really an explosive play tonight, all for a minimal gain, as the Falcons' front 7 have come to play tonight. Not let Anderson Pope run any loose. I'll bring up second down for the Eagles, 2nd and 7.
And Buick takes a snap and gives to Anderson Pope, who's through the middle, but is again met by 4 Falcon defenders after a 2-yard loss.
Another run for Alderson Pope out of the Eagles' backfield. That would bring up about 3rd and 5. Maybe quarterback Zach Buick will resort to the passing game here on this 3rd down.
Yeah, the southpaw Zach Buick really has not got much going through the airs yet this game, but see if that changes here on 3rd down and 5 with 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in this first quarter.
Zach Buick, indeed, a lefty at quarterback. Reminds me of the great Tim Tebow.
Buick has the snap and is indeed looking to pass, but instead is going to run, but he is brought down by Spencer Webb for a sack.
Buick thought he had daylight there around the corner, but nope. Number 4, Spencer Webb with a big stop on 3rd down.
The athleticism of Webb really is just a shining presence on the field on every play, especially at his height of 6'5".
Spencer at receiver and on the defense. He can really do it all here for the Falcons. And that will bring up the 3rd punt of the game now for the El Camino Eagles. Number 7, Tyler Green, is back to return.
See if the El Camino Eagles can actually get this punt off after the last punt was blocked. And the punter has it, and indeed he does get it off. Green will take it on a hop at the 15-yard line and look to make some men miss. Makes one man miss. Has running room around the 30-yard line. Still has running room. And is brought down by the punter at the 48-yard line.
It's a great return from Green there, all the way back to midfield, as the Falcons are in have good field position for another potential touchdown drive here.
Yeah, the return game of Green has really been instrumental all season long for the Falcon offense, putting them in great field position for these touchdown drives to start from.
Green will get a quick breather after that nice return. Number 6, Will Warner, comes in for Green and is at the top of the screen.
Jack O'Hearn.
Spencer Webb in the slot, right next to Warner.
Falk has the handoff and pitches to Jaden Green, who's looking right, and has some running room going right. And is still going. Those legs are still moving, and he's brought down at the 38-yard line after a 14-yard gain.
There's number 10, Jaden Green, the senior for the Falcons. And he just brings a different presence to the backfield, Mark. Reminds me of running styles of LeGarrette Blount and Adrian Peterson, as he's just a hard power back that gets the job done is Jaden Green.
Here we go on first down and 10. Falk looking for some running room and powers his way down to the 36-yard line after a 5-yard gain. Falk really put his head down and fought for those tough yards. Really love to see that from your quarterback if you're on the team. Makes you inspired.
Number 7, Tyler Green is back into the game for number 33, Freddie Fisk. Warner and Webb and Green are to the top of your screen. O'Hearn is isolated at the bottom. Jaden Green is in the backfield.
And Falk is looking for Tyler Green, and he has his man. Makes one man miss, 2 men to beat, and is brought down at the 5-yard line.
That's the first time we've seen the Falk to Tyler Green connection tonight. As that's good to bring the Falcons as at first and goal inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, all those runs to start the game really set up that play-action pass, and that slant there to Tyler Green.
If I'm the Falcons, I'm looking for number 4, Spencer Webb here for his 3rd touchdown of the night. Or maybe for number 10, Jaden Green to show off his speed here and burst into the end zone. Warner is in motion to the bottom of the screen. Tyler Green isolated to the top.
And Falk rolls right. He has Webb and Green, and he has Tyler Green for a Falcon touchdown.
That's a touchdown for number 7, Tyler Green, the junior. And that's his first of the game and 11th on the season. And that is quarterback Gunnar Falk's 28th touchdown of the season, which ties Chris Gillen's record of 28. With one more touchdown, Gunnar will be the leading... We'll have the record for school history for touchdowns in a single season. Folks, we're not even to halftime yet, and Gunnar already with 3 touchdowns, so I'm thinking he's breaking the record tonight, Mark.
Jason, we're not even to the second quarter, and he already has 3 touchdowns.
Gunnar just showing his arm on display tonight.
And he's looking for Spencer Webb on a fade for 2 points, and he has his man.
Again, the Falcons decide not to kick it. Falk took the snap and finds a wide-open Spencer Webb in the end zone for another 2-point conversion. And they're 3 for 3 on that two-point conversion tonight, Mark. Might as well just stay with it and abandon the kicking game.
Yeah, I've really noticed that change. Started last week when Luka was on Kairos, and I guess they decided it was a good strategy, and that puts the Falcons up 24 points here with 1 minute and 25 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
It's tough luck for the kicker, Batteraro. Most of his extra points this year, but they've decided to keep him off the field and keep the offense on to get those 2 points instead of 1.
Yeah, this change in strategy really is not due to ineffectiveness by Batteraro at all. It's really just probably more because of the effectiveness of the Falcon offense.
24 first quarter points here for your Falcons on senior night. And this is just another display of the offense showing how unstoppable at times they can be. The defense also doing their job tonight as the Eagles only have 2 first downs on the night.
And Jacob Tucker with another short kick, which will be fair caught at the El Camino 37-yard line by number 42, Elias Antunes.
The Eagles will start out on their own 42 in good field position, but with the Falcons' defense, I don't think any field position is good for the Eagles, as they have not gotten much going tonight with Alderson Pope on the ground or with Buick in the air.
Those are real, yeah. When did you get them?
Buick in the backfield with Alderson Pope at his side.
Buick has the snap, rolls left, and is looking for a man. He's really scrambling. And throws incomplete around the Falcon 47-yard line.
That was quarterback Zach Buick with the pass. Couldn't come up with anything there on first down.
Just a little preview for you guys to stay tuned. Between the first and second quarter, we'll have our sideline reporter, Mary Enos, on the sideline with two of our wonderful senior cheerleaders as that pass is broken up by junior Cooper Laughlin.
Buick looking for a running back, Alderson Pope on the halfback screen there. Nothing doing with Spencer Webb. And Cooper Laughlin there to break that one up. And the Eagles just continue to not have any positive yards, positive plays on their offense. And that is it another 3rd and 10 here for the Eagles. Falcons defense really doing their job tonight.
Yeah, every single third down for the Eagles tonight has been 3rd down and 8, 3rd down and 9, 3rd down and 10. Really have just not been able to get it to even reasonable yardage on 3rd down. As Buick is hurried by Spencer Webb and is brought down by Spencer Webb at the 27-yard line. That's Webb's 2nd sack of the game.
That's Webb's 5th sack of the year. Past his teammate Dan Simoes in the sacks column. And I like Webb at D end here, Mark. He got size, he has length, and his athleticism. He's a player on the defensive end.
Everything that makes Spencer Webb a great tight end also makes him a great defensive end.
As that sack pushed the Eagles back 10 yards. Brings up 4th and 21. Another punt for the Eagles tonight. I think that was their 4th of the game. Two going for nice returns by Green. One blocked by Cam Walker.
And it looks like the Falcons are definitely going to go for the block here.
Bringing the house.
But the house does not get there. And the punt lands at about the 40-yard line. And is dead before Tyler Green picks it up and will look to make men miss. Oh, and the ball is on the ground, and El Camino has it. Wow.
That's a fumble there for Tyler Green. He does not look too happy with himself there. Puts the Eagles in great field position in Falcon territory. That's a Falcons' 2nd fumble of the game. Quarterback Falk, and now Green on the return with fumbles this game. Otherwise, without those fumbles, Falcons might have more points on the board and even more opportunities to score. But nonetheless, the Eagles take over in Falcon territory.
After some great returns by Tyler Green this season, looked like he got a little too comfortable on that play and was really just not taking care of the ball. So that'll set up El Camino with, again, great field position for the 3rd straight drive. So see if the 3rd time's the charm here for the El Camino
Let's see
offense.
if Buick can do something with this field position. See, drops back.
Buick is looking deep, and he has a man one-on-one, but it is broken up. Wow, great play on defense over there by number 3, Cam Walker.
Walker breaking up that pass. Intended for Jaquan Henderson. Henderson had that big punt return for the Eagles. Was looking to come up with a huge catch there to put them inside the red zone. But Walker with the pass break up there. That will bring up 2nd and 10 for the Eagles. Cornerback Michael Grandstaff, number 12, enters the game for the Falcons on the bottom of the screen.
And the handoff is to number 13, Isaiah Horn, but he is bottled up at the line of scrimmage by that Falcon D-line.
Horn, nothing there on the ground. Again, the Falcons D-line coming up big as the Eagles cannot do anything there.
And you know what that'll bring up, Jason? Another Eagle 3rd down and long right after this break between quarters. And so we're going to shoot it down to Mary Enos, who has 2 senior cheerleaders.
We have Audrey here and Sam. I'm sorry. What is it feeling of cheering your last homecoming game?
It's very bittersweet.
Yeah, definitely. It's great to be out here with my team, but sad to think that this is our last home game.
What are you going to miss about the Friday night football games?
Definitely the tradition and just cheering on the boys and having such a great football team to be with.
I think just being with my team, honestly, it's one of the greatest things just to have my Friday night filled with such great people.
And what does it mean to you to be a Falcons cheerleader?
It means to be a part of the school and to be a representative of the school, and it's just really fun to be one.
Yeah. Ditto.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And the punt is away, and we'll see if Tyler Green can be safe with the ball here as he fields it around the 20-yard line. And is brought down by 2 El Camino Eagles at the 30-yard line.
We missed that third down play, but the Eagles cannot come up with anything there on third down. Falcons D forces another punt. 5th on the game. 5 punts already in the first half for the Eagles. Falcons D coming up big tonight.
Yeah, really just not an ideal number for a first half. 5 punts. Just not what you're looking for in an offense.
That will bring out Falk and the Falcons offense. 1st and 10 from their own 29. Looking to do some more damage here in the first half.
Yeah, we'll see if they can cook up a 4th touchdown here in the first half.
Wide receiver Mike Grandstaff isolated at the bottom of the screen.
Falk's not looking for him as he finds Freddie Fisk, who is knocked out of bounds after a 12-yard gain.
Fisk, another nice positive play there in addition to his run in the first quarter of the game. So he has 2 good plays tonight on the offense for junior Freddie Fisk.
So that'll bring up 1st down and 10 from the CB 41-yard line with 10 minutes and 45 seconds to go here in the second quarter. This Falk is flanked by 4 wide receivers.
Falk with 28 total touchdowns on the year.
And the handoff goes to Jacob Tucker, who's still fighting for yards, still keeping those legs moving, and wow, gets about 5 yards after contact and a 9-yard gain total.
I'll bring up 2nd and 1 for the Falcons. As they're at midfield, looking to go in towards El Camino territory. As they look to put up their 4th touchdown of the game, as we are still in the first half.
And Falk's going to take the handoff up the middle and is brought down after a 1st down and a 4-yard gain.
Falk with some tough yards there on the ground. Looks like he took a shot. Falk picks up the important 1st down for the Falcons, bringing them into Eagle territory.
The read option game has really been an instrumental part of the Falcon offense. They really run a lot of stuff off those jet sweeps and fakes to the running back. It looks like the El Camino defense is not too worried about the deep threat. So there are a lot of guys up near the line of scrimmage.
Corners are playing bump and run coverage here.
As Falk looks for number 4, Spencer Webb, and he is brought down at the El Camino 25-yard line.
That's Webb once again finding room, getting through the defense. Falk to Webb once again. Now down in the towards the end zone. We'll see if Falk can hook up with Webb once more for their 3rd touchdown of the game.
The El Camino defense has really showed no resistance to this high-powered Falcon offense all night long. This Falk is back to pass and has a man at the top of the screen, and it is incomplete. He overthrows Michael Grandstaff.
It's a beautifully thrown ball by Gunnar Falk. I think that is his 1st incompletion since the 1st quarter when he overthrew Green. I thought it was just a bit over the reach of Mike Grandstaff. Grandstaff had a long touchdown against Winters a couple weeks back. He's looking to make some more noise on that last play. Could not haul it in.
Yeah, the straight line speed of Michael Grandstaff is really just an underrated weapon on a Falcon offense that features a lot of weapons. So here we go on 2nd down and 10 with 9 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the second quarter.
4 wide receivers spread out.
But the handoff goes to Jacob Tucker out the middle. He's still fighting and is brought down after a 2-yard gain.
Tucker will get the handoff there as Jaden Green remains on the sideline. Tucker and Green usually split most of the carries. Tucker is the back that the Falcons are running with right now. That will bring up 3rd and 9. Looking for Falk to hit the air and find Spencer Webb or Tyler Green here for a 1st down.
Falk has the snap and drops back to pass. He's looking for Spencer Webb, and he has his man over the middle. Spencer Webb still going and brought down at the 10-yard line for a Falcon 1st down.
Falk hooking up with Webb once again. Eagles have no answer for Spencer. It's the Oregon-bound wide receiver. Hauls in another one. That will bring the Falcons at the 10-yard line in the red zone.
Yeah, not many guys in the Sacramento area that can guard Spencer Webb's both speed and size. And the handoff. Oh, nope. Gunnar Falk's going to keep it. He's looking end zone, and he has his end zone.
Gunnar Falk.
Falcons.
Gunnar Falk with the touchdown, his 4th of the game. That will be his 29th of the season. And folks, Gunnar has just broken Chris Gillen's record.
Indeed, Gunnar Falk's going to need to use his arm to break that Chris Gillen record, not his legs.
Excuse me, correction there. Gunnar has 28 passing touchdowns on the year. That ties the school record for passing touchdowns in a season. Although the Falcons get 6 from that rush touchdown by Gunnar, he still needs 1 more pass touchdown to hold the record.
The dual threat abilities of Falk have really been on display all night long and all season long. As Falk has Spencer Webb at the goal line, and he's in for 2. Puts the Falcons up 32-0 with 8 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the second quarter.
Falcons again decide to go for 2 instead of the extra point. And Gunnar Falk to Spencer Webb once more. Wide open. 32-0.
Jason, how many times can we say Gunnar Falk to Spencer Webb tonight?
I don't know, Mark, but looks like I'm playing Madden right now. And CB's the Patriots, and now Camino Eagles are the Browns. This is just too easy for Falk and Webb out there.
Man, don't talk about my Browns like that. Hey, Deshaun Kaiser's the future.
I'd like to give a shout out to all baseball fans tuning in. Aaron Judge with a solo home run to bring the Yankees within 3-1 in the ALCS against Houston Astros.
And a very nice win for the Sacramento Kings tonight. First win of the season for the young Kings. And really a bright future over at Golden One Center.
Yeah, Mark, Kings flew into Dallas and get that win over the Mavericks and Dirk. So that's their first of the season. After a promising opening night loss to the Rockets, the Kings are now 1-1 on the year. They got De'Aaron Fox running the show.
And with a 32-point lead, Jacob Tucker Pooch kicks it again, and number 10, Jaden Green.
Oh my, Jaden Green!
Jaden Green is into the end zone. Wow.
Wow, Mark, I don't think I've ever seen that before.
And nope.
No, it looks like it will be coming back. High school rules, if you recover an onside kick, you may not advance the ball. Wherever you recover the kick, the ball is down. So on that great return by Green, the ball will be down at the 40-yard line, but nonetheless, still Falcons ball.
Yeah, an explosive play there by the explosive Jaden Green. But it's just a shame that the high school rules prevented
that touchdown.
On the onside kick.
I don't know if Tucker was trying to do it, but another short kick resulted in confusion for the Eagles of who's receiving the ball. Ended up in the hands of Green, number 10 on the Falcons.
Yeah, and we were just talking about Madden earlier. That's a Madden play if I ever saw one.
Press Y for onside kick and go from there. Gunnar Falk back onto the field. 4 total touchdowns in the game, 3 through the air, 1 through the ground. 28 passing on the year. He has Tyler Green, Mike Grandstaff, and Freddie Fisk as his receivers spread out. Jaden Green, number 10 in the backfield.
Falk has the snap and gives to Jaden Green, who has a nice hole and carries the ball down to the El Camino 24-yard line after a 9-yard gain.
Green with a solid 9-yard run, showing off his speed to get through the hole and his power to lower his shoulder. That's what truly makes him a good running back option for the Falcons. Speed and power.
So that'll bring up 2nd down and 1 with 7 minutes and 48 seconds to go here in this second quarter. The Falcons ahead 32-0.
Fisk and Green are the receivers spread out for Falk. I'm looking for a handoff to Green here, Mark. I'm looking for a handoff to Jaden Green as Tyler Green goes in motion.
And it does go to Jaden Green, who is dragged down at the 17-yard line. There's a flag on the play.
Don't know who that flag is on. Might be on number 50 on CB, Johnny Stone.
And it will be indeed on number 50, Johnny Stone, who's going to get caught for a hold there, which is going to back up the prolific Falcons.
Stone is doing a nice job as center this game for the Falcons, but gets called for holding there. Johnny Stone on the field is a true player. Does everything he can for the Falcons' offensive line. Off the field, however, not a good GM of fantasy football.
So you're going 2nd down and 9 from the El Camino 33-yard line. 7 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in the second quarter.
Webb back in the game. I'm looking for Falk to find Webb.
But Falk finds instead Jack O'Hearn at the 22-yard line. He is brought down as soon as he catches it.
That's number 25, Jack O'Hearn, a senior. He's looking to attend the Naval Academy after his high school career is over. It's a nice catch there by O'Hearn, as he has over 100 yards and a touchdown on the season. He is a nice complement to Webb and Green. Marcus O'Hearn has a great catching ability, and he also has a burst of speed. Another weapon for Falk. Falk with a lot of weapons on the Falcon offense. Spencer Webb isolated at the bottom of the screen.
But the screen pass will go to Jack O'Hearn, who has no man in front of him, and he is in for the Falcon touchdown.
And finally, Mark, there we have it. Gunnar Falk, passing touchdown number 29 on the season, breaking Chris Gillen's record of 28. So there we have it. Gunnar Falk, the new record holder in Christian Brothers Falcons football history for passing touchdowns in a single season with 29. 4 in the first half here against El Camino. That was O'Hearn's second touchdown of the season.
Yeah, I think the most impressive part of that Falk record is that he's done that through 7.5 games this season.
That's correct, Mark. We still got the second half of the season and playoffs to come. And that was number 33, Freddie Fisk, on the 2-point conversion there. So Falcon offense stays on the field as they did not kick the extra point.
And that's going to put the Falcons up 40-0 here with 6 minutes and 37 seconds to go in the second quarter. We'll be right back after this break. And Tucker with another short kick, but this one will be fair, caught at the 45-yard line by the El Camino Eagles at the 45-yard line.
Eagles learned their lesson there, calling for the fair catch. Unlike the last kickoff that resulted in the Falcons taking over at the ball.
Yeah, and the Falcons already with a 40-point lead with 6.5 minutes to play here in the second quarter. We'll see if we get a lot of time for guys who don't get to play as much usually in closer matchups, especially on senior night.
The question is, when will we see number 8, Andrew Detling, in for the Falcons at quarterback? Gunnar Falk has brought his Falcons up to a 40-0 lead.
And I think it's safe to say we'll see him very soon. With Falk really doesn't have much more to play for here in this game, with the game mostly decided, but there's still a lot of time left to go.
Hand off to Alderson, number 13, Horn.
Who tries to hurdle Will Warner at the 47-yard line. Well, Warner's having none of that and brings him down hard.
Still a nice 5-yard pickup there by Isaiah Horn. The Eagles with 2nd and 5 from their own 49, almost across the threshold of midfield as they look to chip away at this large lead and get into Falcon territory. We'll see if they can pick up a first down here against what has been a lights-out Falcons defense in the first half. Quarterback Zach Buick in the shotgun.
And Buick pitches to Alderson Pope, who's running left, but is dragged down by Tyler Hall after a loss of a yard.
There's senior number 9, Tyler Hall, on the tackle. Hall also contributing a lot to the Falcons defense. 42 total tackles on the year. 26 of them are solo tackles. So Hall can get everything done for the Falcons.
Him and Jake Regino as the middle linebackers of the Falcons have really been a brick wall for opposing offenses all season long.
That loss in yards will bring up 3rd and 8 for the Eagles. Zach Buick in the shotgun, Alderson Pope to his right.
Zach Buick fakes to Alderson Pope and is looking for a running room up the middle, but has absolutely nowhere to go.
There's a flag on the play. It looks like that is an illegal formation or illegal shift on the Eagles. Don't know if the Falcons will decline that. If I were them, I would. That penalty is declined. That will bring up 4th down for the Eagles. 4th and 8. Bringing up another punt here in the first half. Eagles drop back to punt. Number 7, Tyler Green on the return. Number 65, John Munoz. We haven't given him enough credit tonight, folks. That is John Munoz doing the punting for the Eagles.
And his punt's going to land at the 35-yard line where it's touched by number 64, Jonas Friedman, and where the Falcon offense will take over after this break.
And Mark, just as we predicted a couple minutes ago, we now see number 8, Andrew Detling in under center for the Falcons.
And Detling gives the number 23, Jacob Tucker. He's brought down at the line of scrimmage.
Falk comes out of the game after setting the record with 29 passing touchdowns in a season. And in my math class today, I asked Falk. I asked him if he's going to break the record tonight, and he just looked at me, didn't say a word. I knew what my answer was.
He just has that silent confidence about him, Falk does. Really not a huge talker on campus, but you can tell. He believes in himself, and every single Friday night, we see why he believes in himself.
He leaves with 5 touchdowns accounted for in the game. So he leaves his mark on the senior night.
And the handoff goes to Jaden Green. He is still going. He's at the 40, and he is brought down at the 32-yard line. Brought down by his jersey after a 40-yard gain.
Jaden Green showing off his speed there. Powers himself down to the Eagles' 30.
Yeah, Jaden Green and the Falcon backs have had just gaping highways through the middle of that El Camino defense. The offensive line of Johnny Stone, Brendan Eckel, Trey Price, and Kai Norman have just been creating absolute monster holes for the backs to run through all night long. As Detling looks deep, and it is dropped by an El Camino defender.
That was dropped by number 3, Zach Buick. That would have been Detling's first pick on the year, but Buick could not come up with it. Buick also the quarterback for the Eagles. One of their strong players on the defense.
Yeah, and the El Camino coaches reacted very, very violently to that dropped interception. They would have loved a big turnover there.
That will bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Falcons. Detling in the shotgun with Green to his right. Puts Freddie Fisk in motion.
And the handoff goes to Fisk, and he is around the outside. Has a lot of running room. And he has blockers and is brought down to the El Camino 8-yard line.
It's Freddie Fisk. Another nice play from him. And next year, once this great senior class departs, we'll be looking at number 33, Freddie Fisk, to be an impact player for the Falcons next year. So it's good to see him with great flashes of his potential of stardom. Fisk reminds me of he's a quality slot receiver. Runs in motion a lot.
Yeah, it's really been great for the Falcons in that jet sweep action this season, which has really been implemented by offensive coordinator Coach Boylan. But it looks like that great run is going to come back after a holding call on the Falcons. Looked like one of the downfield blockers got a little bit too aggressive and held on to his man.
Maybe that was one of those receivers. Now new brought into the game, getting a little bit anxious. As your wideouts are Mike Grandstaff at the top, along with number 21, Jacob Jones, entering the game at the bottom of the screen. Jacob is the face of CB men's golf, so we'll see what he can do in this football game.
And the handoff goes to fellow dual sport athlete Will Warner, who has a lot of room to run and is brought down at the El Camino 11-yard line.
Nice game from Warner there. Another positive jet sweep for Warner. Again, sure as grandparents love seeing that.
And while we mentioned Jacob Jones is the face of the golf team, Will Warner is one of the most important players on the Christian Brothers basketball team, which is sure to be competitive this season.
Warner and fellow backcourt mate Matthew Schneider look to head the Falcons on the court this season. As Warner can just do it all in basketball and in football, as we are seeing here tonight.
And Andrew Deli has a snap and is looking for fellow junior Freddie Fisk, and Freddie Fisk is into the end zone.
Nice block there by number 21, Jacob Jones, to create the wide open lane for Fisk. Good to see junior quarterback Andrew Detling with a passing touchdown there. Again, next year Detling will be QB1, so that's great to see him looking good tonight. I know Detling's a product of the Woodland Wolves. I know they raise quality players out there.
Quality players such as Trey Price as well, who's really been a great player on the Falcon line all 4 years here at Christian Brothers.
There was a flag on that touchdown. Looks like excessive celebration on the Falcons.
And Jason, I don't know why we're getting excessive celebration penalties up by 40 points, but we'll have to ask him after the game.
Well, Mark, that flag will be implied on the kickoff, but I don't know if that'll do much damage as Tucker's kicks are all gone for about 15 yards tonight.
And it's been a very effective strategy as the El Camino offense has not been able to take advantage of the good field position that has often provided them.
Well, Mark, looks like the Falcons have decided to bring out the field goal formation for this extra point instead of going for two. Leaves number 89, senior kicker, Luca Battararo in to kick. Battararo on his senior night for football, as he will attend Long Beach State next fall to continue his education. Good work, Luca.
Battararo's been very effective this season on extra points, and the kick is blocked by the El Camino special teams.
Mark had a jinx him right there, getting Battararo's kick blocked.
My bad, Jason. Didn't get a chance to knock on the wood here in the booth before that kick. We'll be right back with you after this break. Jacob Tucker back to kick, and it'll be another short one. And it'll be fair caught.
Fair caught by number 12, Quadarius Ditto. It's a great name right there.
Aquarius Ditto catches it, and at the 46-yard line, which is where the El Camino offense will again take over. The El Camino offense is really taking over in between the two 40-yard lines pretty much all game long, but has not been able to get into the Falcon red zone once.
That was correct, Mark. Despite their great field position open every drive, the Eagles cannot come up with anything. Zach Bielik and Michael Alderson-Pope have been limited this game by the Falcons' defense, as they are pitching a 46-0 shutout here in the first half.
Mitchell Berger in here at middle linebacker, replacing Jake Regino. See if he can make some impact plays.
I've heard great words about Berger, that he's a great hard worker, looking just to get his opportunity, so that's good to see him in the game.
And the El Camino completion is for 5 yards and is down to the 50-yard line.
Buick with a nice pitch and catch right there to number 15, to Dario Hunt.
Dario Hunt has been the target of many of Buick's passes tonight. And that's one of their first hookups, however.
It's about a 6-yard gain, 5-yard gain, bringing up 2nd and 5 here for El Camino as they cross midfield into Falcon territory. Number 13, Isaiah Horn in motion.
Buick's looking deep, and he's going to run with it, and he has a little running room, and he steps out of bounds at the Falcon 38-yard line.
Buick wisely stepping out of bounds there as he had number 32, Chase Gallup, coming up ready to hit him. That will be a first down for El Camino. It's a good back-to-back plays right there to gain a first down.
Yeah, it's one of El Camino's first downs of the night with 2 minutes and 8 seconds here to go in the second quarter. We'll see if the Eagles, after a depressing first half, if you're an Eagle fan, can maybe get some points on the board and make it a little brighter.
Number 3, Zach Buick in the shotgun formation. Hands off to number 5, Alderson Pope.
And Alderson Pope has running room, and he is still going down to the 20-yard line. Finn is brought down at the 16-yard line.
Alderson Pope, that is his best run of the night right there. Made a couple of Falcon defenders miss as he chucks his way inside the 20.
Yeah, didn't have a great lane to run through there, but really just created his own lane with a couple jukes, a couple stiff arms, and gets his El Camino Eagles into the red zone for the first time in the game with 1 minute and 57 seconds to go in the second quarter.
Alderson Pope leading the team in touchdowns. We'll see if he can find the end zone and break the shutout here for the Eagles. Buick drops back to pass.
And he has his man at the 10-yard line. He's still going inside the 5, and he dives and is in for the score. Touchdown, Eagles.
That's Zach Buick to number 2, Jaquan Henderson for the touchdown for the Eagles. Puts them on the scoreboard on a nice pitch and catch there. That was number 6, Will Warner on the coverage right there. And Mark, if you're going to ask me, that was just piss poor coverage by Warner. Letting Henderson get the reception and the missed tackle by Warner.
Warner's really been a great defensive back all season long for the Falcons. It hasn't been targeted much. As looks like the Eagles are going to call timeout before this 2-point play. And so we'll be right back with you after this.
The Eagles, after their timeout, set up in the 2-point formation instead of the extra point. Zach Buick in the shotgun with Alderson Pope to his right.
See if the Eagles cut this to a 38-point game. It just looks like they will fail as Alderson Pope kind of finds nowhere to run after a botched snap.
El Camino does get on the board, though, as they make this game 46-6. Still with 1:40 before halftime here. So we're likely to see Andrew Detling back out there for the Falcons, quarterbacking the offense.
And during this break, I'd like to remind all of you to stay tuned during halftime, as we will be on the call for the annual Powder Puff All-Star Game, which features girls from all 4 classes at CB who will go at it in some classic flag football.
Mark, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm very interested in watching this Powder Puff halftime game than these last 2 minutes of the first half.
The juniors and sophomore classes really had an amazing battle this afternoon at lunch, with the juniors taking the win by a score of 14-6.
Seniors, disappointing fashion, lost to the sophomores in the first game, as well as an embarrassing performance for the ladies on the turf.
It was a tough loss for the class of 2018, but I'm sure some of their all-stars will go out strong with some scores and some nice catches here tonight. Number 20.
Yeah, Mark, it was a very fun week to watch of all the girls playing Powder Puff.
As Brandon Robinson
very entertaining.
Lands at the 20-yard line and is picked up by Jaden Green. He's a lot of room to run and is still going. Making men miss. He's around the 40-yard line and is brought down by 6 Eagle defenders at the 41-yard line.
Nice return by number 10, Jaden Green. Brings Detling in the offense in great field position. Oh, Mark, I do not see. Oh, never mind. Andrew
Yeah, there's a
Detling.
flag on that play. Looks like an illegal block in the back on the Falcons, which is going to really bring that
Great return back.
all the way back to the 10-yard line. Here with 1 minute and 29 seconds to go in the second quarter. We'll see how the Falcons play this final drive of the quarter. They play conservative or allow Detling to show off his arm and maybe throw the ball down the field.
I'm guessing the Falcons run the ball here to run out the clock. As Detling will I bet he'll hand it off to number 10, Jaden Green in the backfield. So Detling in the shotgun, Green to his left.
And Detling has the snap and hands to Jaden Green, who for one of the first time all night does not have a big lane to go through the middle and is brought down after a 6-yard gain. So here we go with a minute to go here in this first half. Just dominated by the Falcons all night. So they now have a 40-point lead as the handoff goes to number 33, Freddie Fisk. And he's brought down at the 22-yard line. There is indeed some laundry on the field, though.
That is another penalty on the Falcons. Yes, this has been an impressive first half performance from CB, but I think the only thing they've done wrong here, Mark, is too many penalties. Not enough self-discipline for the Falcons. So they're just giving the Eagles free yards.
Yeah, and if the Falcons are taking on a more high-powered opponent, maybe they would be. The opponent will be taking advantage of those yards that the Falcons are handing out.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Mark. When it comes playoff time, the Falcons need to quit it with these unforced errors.
Yeah, unforced errors, really just the things that'll kill a football team when the weather starts to get cold, the rain starts to come down, and it's winning time.
However, that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
As the handoff goes to Jacob Tucker, and he rumbles down to the Falcons' 16-yard line after a gain of 6.
And that run, about 15 seconds on the clock, looks like it will bring us to the end of the first half. CB, a dominating performance, highlighted by Gunnar Falk setting the record for passing touchdowns in a single season with 29, as Christian Brothers leads the El Camino Eagles 46-6 here at the halftime break.
And as we go to halftime, we're going to take a quick break here, but we'll be right back for that powder puff action.
You don't want to miss.
And we're back, folks, for the annual Powder Puff All-Star Game, featuring the Senior All-Stars, the Freshman All-Stars, against the Sophomore All-Stars and the Junior All-Stars.
For all those watching tonight, the seniors are wearing orange. The freshmen are wearing, I think that's turquoise?
Turquoise / blue.
Turquoise blue. The sophomores are wearing yellow, and the juniors are wearing yellow, and the sophomores are wearing purple.
The champion sophomores have some dynamic playmakers out there.
Juniors, Mark.
Juniors, my fault. And including Kennedy Early, Annabella Roletti, and Katie Cordano, all out there for the junior class, who helped lead them to a championship this afternoon at lunch. The seniors just executed their haka dance, which they used to intimidate opponents all week at lunch, and they even performed it at the rally this afternoon after school. Just really an intimidating thing that they stole from the New Zealand national soccer team.
We're also here calling this game. We have guest Matt Schneider in the booth with us. He'll give us some insight in the halftime of this Powder Puff game.
So it looks like the sophomores and juniors will kick off, and we are underway here at Hughes Stadium as Monet Brown will take the kick, is looking for some running room around the side, and she is brought down at the 50-yard line. Here tonight during the Powder Puff game, the end zones will be at the 20-yard line on each side, so we'll have a 60-yard field to work with.
Monet, Mark, reminds me of Deshaun Jackson, bringing a burst of speed to the offense. She's a deep threat. Probably runs a sub 440.
So we'll see who comes out at quarterback here for the seniors / freshman team. All week, the seniors featured Maddie Mercer at quarterback, whose cannon of an arm was really a sight to see. Just an impressive display of passing from her all week.
Looks like we might be seeing Monet Brown at the quarterback, another lefty, drawing comparisons to Tebow.
Monet Brown brings a lot of speed, and she's going to run right, and it is brought down by a junior defender. A great tackle there by Emma Watson. Looks like big wide receiver Anna Claire Nelson's going to run onto the field for the seniors. Anna Claire has really been a force on the Powder Puff field for 4 straight years.
Well, Mark, as we're throwing out comparisons here tonight, I like to compare Anna Claire's game to Jordy Nelson of the Packers.
And that looks like Cassidy McCallum around the... Oh, no. Maddie Mercer around the left end for 5 yards.
Are the end zones at the 20?
Yeah, the end zone's at the 20-yard line for both teams. And
wow.
We're playing with
a big field here tonight.
We're playing from one sideline to the far hash of the other sideline. If you see the cones on the screen, those are marking the out of bounds and the end zones.
The senior freshman combo team will go 7 seniors and 2 freshmen.
And the handoff goes to Zori Miller, who is through the middle and for a 4-yard gain.
Zori is a member of the CB women's basketball team that recently won a section title last winter.
Zori and Anna Claire will look to defend that section title this winter on the women's basketball team. I'm looking for an impressive showing from Anna Claire this season on the women's basketball team. She was really a force in the paint all season long last year.
Men's basketball team has Matt Schneider leading the pack this year.
And the pass is to Zori Miller, but she drops it. Looked like Zori would have been out of bounds anyway, though.
Is that third down?
To be honest, I'm not sure what down it is.
I do not know how they're spotting first down. So if there's down markers,
looks like it's gonna be sophomore / juniors.
No,
take over at the.
That's not correct, Mark.
Never mind.
Maddie Mercer in the shotgun takes a snap,
and she's gonna run left, and she has a lot of room to run, and is brought down by a sophomore defender at the 38-yard line. Just 20 yards to go for the senior / freshman team. As they look to put the first points on the board in this Powder Puff All-Star game.
The senior players looking nice tonight. After they had a week in losing to the sophomores and beating the freshmen, the seniors in the orange shirts are coming out strong tonight.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to make up for a third place finish in the powder puff competition as the screen pass goes to Monet Brown. She is brought down at the line of scrimmage. A great tackle there by a junior defender.
Brown with nowhere to go. She was bottled up by yellow shirts.
And it looks like the yellow and purple shirts will take over with a long field to go for another touchdown.
They got about 40 yards until they're looking at a score. They're going to have to bring out some Gunnar Falk to Spencer Webb type of plays here.
Exactly. We'll see who rolls out at quarterback here for the middle class. It says offensive coordinator and head coach, Mr. Anderson, confers with his team and sees if he can cook up a nice long play here and maybe put some points on the board here in this powder puff matchup.
Anderson has been considered as the head coaching candidate at multiple colleges in Division I football, including the University of Kansas and Syracuse University. I says coaching is on display here tonight.
Jason, where'd you find that out? Because I need to get your sources. And the snap is to Annabella Roletti, and the soccer player looks to run right, and she is still going. Wow, impressive speed there from Annabella. She is brought down after a 10-yard gain.
Quality run there by the quarterback, QB1, Annabella Roletti. Kathy Eke subs out for the seniors.
And right now, I'm looking for senior cornerback Jules Fuse to make a play here on defense. She promised me an interception during religion class today, so let's see if Jules Fuse can come through on her promise.
There are two wideouts at the bottom of the screen. Looks like now they bring over a second defender.
And the handoff goes to class of 20 running back. I wish they had names on the jerseys, but they don't. So
4-star running back.
It'll be third down for the sophomores and the juniors. Here with 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go in halftime. I'd really love to see some points scored here in this Powder Puff All-Star game. It would really be a shame to see a 0-0 tie.
I'm just hoping this game doesn't end in a tie mark, hoping someone can make a play.
And Annabella's looking deep, but she has a woman for a 15-yard gain.
Annabella throwing motion has been compared to Blake Bortles of the Jaguars, as she has a long delivery of the football, but a great spiral for the completion and a first down for the sophomores and juniors.
Jason, I think that's really a disgrace to compare Annabella to Blake Bortles. Blake Bortles, one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL all season.
Well, Mark, I think
Annabella's would have been one of the best quarterbacks in Powder Puff all season long, and she is still going. Wow!
What a block! Mark, going back on your previous comment, I honestly see Annabella Roletti as a better quarterback than Blake Bortles, so I'm not throwing any shame on Annabella, because I think that she has the NFL caliber skills to make it in the league. Sophomores and juniors are moving the ball nice here on the seniors and the freshmen as they bring it into class of 18 and 21 territory. Roletti still in at quarterback.
And she throws incomplete. It's through the hands of cornerback Jules Fuse. Wow, Jules was really good, really close to coming through on her promise, but could not come up with that interception there.
Surprised with all the passing plays we've seen here tonight as the weather on the field is getting very frigid down below. Not seeing many runs.
Annabella takes the snap, eludes the rush, pump fake.
What a pump fake.
And is brought down at the line by Kathy Eck. A great defensive play there by Kathy, who's also nominated for Homecoming Princess, and which will be revealed at the Homecoming Dance tomorrow.
Shout out to Kathy Eck, anchoring the D line right now. Also with that nominee for Homecoming Princess. It's a great day for her.
So here goes Annabella. Katie Cordona, one of her best friends in the backfield.
Oh, and that snap hits the ground, so the ball will be dead. Well, Mark, I love the powder puff, but that is a rule I do not like. If the ball hits the ground, it is a dead ball instead of a fumble and a live ball, and I just disagree with that rule.
Yeah, there would be a lot more action if fumbles were a thing here.
A lot more scoop and scores going on. A lot more defensive touchdowns, just like the Jaguars defense. That dead ball snap will result in a turnover on downs. Monet Brown now takes a snap for the seniors and the freshmen, and
Monet Brown runs through the middle, but I saw her fellow basketball teammate, Anna Claire Nelson, open down the field, but apparently I guess she didn't have the confidence in her arm.
well, Mark,
Needs a little more Gunnar Falk confidence in her.
with 45 seconds left and the football team walking out of the tunnel, I guess we might be looking at a 0-0 tie here.
And that would really be a shame, so I hope Monet can hook up with Anna Claire down the field. She's looking for Anna Claire, and that ball's headed for Anna Claire, and Anna Claire's not come down with it.
That was Whitney Hunt, class of 20 on the pass breakup.
Whitney Hunt, also a great volleyball player on the Christian Brothers JV volleyball team.
Whitney Hunt, class of 20, bringing out the skills of quarterback Jalen Ramsey, number 20 for the Jaguars, with that pass breakup. And that incomplete pass. Well, the time has expired on the clock, but maybe we will be in for one more play.
And Maddie Mercer's looking deep. She's looking deep for Monet Brown.
There's a jump ball.
And it is
incomplete.
Wow. She had Emily Shepard down there, too.
And we will be 0-0 ball game, a tie game. Dave Anderson continues his impressive week of no losses. Maybe he just might land a head coaching job in Division I football someday. As the seniors and freshmen tie the sophomores and juniors 0-0, we'll be looking for CB to come back out against El Camino with their 46-6 lead.
Yeah, and Christian Brothers doesn't seem too worried about this second half. They've been dancing in the end zone all through that powder puff matchup. I'm not sure if you guys can see on the screen, but they're really getting going before this game, before the second half.
The boys running out with the CB flag. Let's just hope they do not plan to that midfield.
Yeah, just like Rio's team did last week, creating that altercation that got Brian Quick fired.
Just showing no class. It's one thing CB's been able to do this season in their large defeats. They've been able to win with class.
Yeah, head coach Tyler Ullman's really done a great job of getting the backups a lot of time in these second halves of big blowout losses to league opponents.
And as you said, the backups will be getting time. I'm looking for number 21, Jacob Jones, to get some playing time in the second half, and number 6, Will Warner, whose grandparents are in attendance from the great state of Maine. Jacob's mother and father are here tonight, along with his sister and his brother. Brother Luke Jones, face of the JV football team. Luke, also a left-handed quarterback. Well, Mark, we've seen 3 left-handed quarterbacks tonight. Maybe that's the new thing in the NFL.
So Jacob Tucker will be back for the Falcons for another kickoff as the Falcons lead by 40 points here in this matchup tonight against the El Camino Eagles, who have really just looked hapless at times.
Well, Mark,
out here at Houston.
I wonder if Tucker will, another short kick and a fair catch by number 52, Nico Mendez of the Eagles. And again, they will start in good field position at their own 40. But just like every other drive tonight, the Falcons' D has stopped them every time, and the Eagles have done nothing with the offense tonight.
Yeah, like I was talking about earlier, almost every El Camino drive has started between both 40-yard lines. But just 6 points to show for that great field position. Just says a lot about the Falcon defense and really the D-line play. The Falcon D-line's been inside of the El Camino backfield all night long.
Looks like we might have a quarterback change under center, and indeed we do. Is that number 16, Robert Gonzalez?
With the give to Isaiah Horn there for a 2-yard gain. So bring up 2nd down and 8 at the 42-yard line.
First time we see Gonzalez in action tonight. He's in relief as Zach Buick, as Buick could not get anything done tonight against the Falcons. What?
Yeah, we'll see if the quarterback switch, bringing in Gonzalez, can really make a difference here for this El Camino attack. They could really use some points here in the second half to make this at least feel good as they leave Hughes Stadium.
I'm going to go with a bold prediction here, Mark. I'm going to say Gonzalez leads the Eagles to a touchdown here on this drive.
That is a very bold prediction, Jason. And Gonzalez takes that direct snap for a 4-yard gain, which will bring up 3rd down and 4.
Handoff was to number 9, Brian Kim. His first action of the night. That will bring up 3rd and 4 for the Eagles. Almost at the midfield threshold of the Falcons. Not quite there, though.
3rd and 4 is one of the most manageable 3rd downs for the Eagles all night long. So they really have not been able to get good plays on 1st and 2nd down. Have been stuck in 3rd and long all night long.
Second straight snap that does not get to the quarterback.
And he is brought down at the 45-yard line. Looks like big number 44, Jake Regino, in there for the loss of 2. Should bring up another 4th down and another punt likely for John Munoz, unless the Eagle offensive coordinator decides to give Robert Gonzalez a shot here on 4th and 5.
Well, Mark, I know the Eagles have not done much tonight at the ball, but punter John Munoz has been, I'd say, the Eagles' player of the game. Continues to get punt after punt off for positive yards. Looks like the Eagles are going for it here on 4th down.
And the handoff is to the fullback, and he is absolutely stonewalled by that Falcon D-line. Jack O'Hearn running out of there after a big stop on 4th down to bring up 1st down for this Falcon offense led by Andrew Delling at the El Camino 46.
Good stop by the Falcons D, brings out Detling in the offense. And Mark, I'm looking for other Will Warner's off the field. I'm looking for number 12, Mike Grandstaff, to give us something right here. Mike Grandstaff really stands out to me, and I think he's going to haul in a long touchdown in the next few plays.
Why does he stand out to you, Jason?
Mike is just a good man in the class and outside of the classroom, always working hard to improve and better the people around him.
So with Michael lined up on the bottom of the screen, isolated Brennan Colvis also in the game. A 4-year football player for the Falcons on senior night. Hasn't played much in his career, but is going to get some action. Just head coach Tyler Allman calls timeout with 8 minutes and 26 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. We'll be right back after this break.
And we are back. Correction earlier. Number 5, Brandon Gonzalez is not in the game. That is number 80, Anthony Miranda.
And the Falcons are going to walk it back here on first down after an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
I did not catch what number that was on in the penalty. Did you, Mark?
No, I did not. The referees' microphones haven't been working very well tonight. But really an unfortunate penalty for the Falcons. It's going to bring up first down and very, very, very long.
And again, the Falcons shooting themselves in the foot with another unforced error. Another penalty.
Yeah, in a 40-point game here, there's really no reason for any kind of unsportsmanlike or any kind of penalties for the Falcons. As this game is absolutely in the bag, and we should just run the ball and get out of here with a running clock.
I don't know, it's taking the referees so long. But we have Detling in the shotgun with Jacob Jones, Anthony Miranda, and Mike Grandstaff spread out.
Here on first down and 25, Miranda goes in motion. And the give is to Miranda. He's looking for a running room around the right side, and he finds a little running room that is down after a 3-yard gain.
Anthony Miranda playing the role of Freddie Fisk out there, going in motion and taking the jet sweep for a positive gain.
Still going to be second down and very long. Second down and 22 here from the El Camino, from the Falcon 44-yard line. Here's the clock keeps ticking down with 7 minutes and 50 seconds to go. And the give is to number 32, Chase Gallup, who motors his way down to the 49-yard line after a 4-yard gain.
I know the Falcons want to run the ball here, run the clock down. But I want to see Detling throw the ball. I want to see him air it out for Jones or Grandstaff.
So here we go on third down and 16. Detling has the snap and looks to run left, but absolutely has nowhere to go and is dragged down by number 9, Brian Kim. The great sack for the El Camino Eagles.
Detling with absolutely no running room there. And the Falcons, which I believe will be forced to punt for their first time tonight.
And that'll bring out punter Jacob Tucker, who has been an instrumental part of the game for the Falcons on all those pooch kicks. And we'll see if he can air one out with that big leg of his that I know he possesses.
El Camino 2, return man deep. Number 2, Jaquan Henderson. And number 13, Isaiah Horn, back to return.
Oh, and that hits El Camino up, man, and looks like the Falcons have it.
That is a live ball.
That's really just a horrible mistake there by the El Camino Eagles. Just a lack of focus from the punt team, and that ball just hit the leg of one of the El Camino return team, and the Falcons will take over at the 25-yard line.
We'll see if CB can capitalize on a great field position. Put him in the 50-point column on the game. Detling in the shotgun. Chase Gallup to his right.
And the handoff goes to Gallup, who doesn't find much up the middle, but is able to motor his way for 3 yards through a couple El Camino defenders. So here we go with 5.5 minutes to play here in this third quarter. Christian Brothers leading 46-6.
Detling still in the shotgun. Gallup lined up to his right.
And the handoff and goes to Gallup again, and he is absolutely stoned by the El Camino defensive line.
Looks like the Falcons are playing conservative here. Just trying to run the ball and just get this game moving along against El Camino.
And that's really a classy strategy that head coach Tyler Ullman and offensive coordinator Evan Boylan are employing. And they've been practicing it a lot all season long with all these blowout wins for the Falcons against really just opponents that don't deserve to be on the field against them.
Just like I said earlier, Mark, the Falcons in these games that they win by a large margin of points continue to win with class.
Yeah, Evan Boylan could easily be trying to test the arm of Andrew Detling see what he's working with next year when Gunnar Falk is off playing football on Saturday somewhere. But it's really a classy move of him to just run the ball and let Chase Gallup and Jacob Tucker and Jaden Green in that backfield get time and get their carries.
They'll bring up 3rd and 9 for Detling
Chew that clock down.
in the offense.
Detling's looking to pass here, and he has Freddie Fisk down the field, but it is out of bounds around the goal line.
Good ball there by quarterback Andrew Detling. However, threw it into double coverage for Freddie Fisk. Good coverage there by the El Camino defenders. That will bring up 4th and 9 for the Falcons from their own 29-yard line.
Not sure if Freddie Fisk really ever had a shot at that play.
Interesting to see if the Falcons keep the offense on the field or bring out the field goal team. It looks like the offense will be staying on the field.
Yeah, here at the 22-yard line. You can't really punt it from here, but I don't think it's in the range of kicker Luca Batteraro. So it looks like the Falcons will indeed go for it on 4th down and 7.
Number 6, Will Warner back into the game in the slot for the Falcons. Detling remains in the shotgun with Tucker to his right.
Detling rolls right and has Will Warner, but just overthrows him.
That play had nothing going from the start, Mark. Will Warner was not even near the sticks, even if that ball was completed. And it will be a turnover on downs for the Falcons after their great field position forced by the fumble by El Camino. And Mark, as we change possession and the Eagles take over, I'd like to give a shout out. Our CBTalent.com player of the game will be none other than quarterback Gunnar Falk. He set the record tonight for the most passing touchdowns in a single season by a Christian Brothers quarterback with 29. So Falk exiting before the halftime break. He is our CBTalent.com player of the game for tonight on senior night. What a great honor for Falk.
If you ever want to go learn about what's going on at Christian Brothers, go over to CBTalent.com for some great articles written by students in the introduction to writing for journalism class. As that pitch goes to Alderson Pope for a 15-yard gain, and it'll bring up 1st down and 10 for the Eagles at the 41-yard line.
That's correct, Mark. I know that you write some great stories for CBTalent.com, so if you're watching this game, I advise you to go check out CBTalent.com. Read some stories by Mark Powers and some other up-and-coming writers.
Written by myself, not about myself. Indeed, I'll have an article about fantasy football for all you fantasy football junkies out there coming up soon in the next week. So be sure to go over there in the next week and check out my article, as well as many articles written by Spencer Webb. You know, Spencer had a highlight of quarterback Gunnar Falk, our CBTalent.com player of the game tonight. He had a highlight of a biography of him, his interesting journey here to Christian Brothers that took him through 3 states, 2 high schools, and many different football teams.
That's right, Mark.
Christian Brothers.
Gunnar from the Pace Academy in Atlanta, Georgia, where he won a state title a couple years ago. Ended up at the campus of Christian Brothers last winter. Walked into my pre-calculus class, and there I met the face of our football team.
As that screen pass goes to number 13, Isaiah Horn. He is bounced out of bounds after a 3-yard gain. Bring up 3rd down and 4 for the El Camino Eagles. Also, I know Spencer Webb is going to be cooking up an article about how this is the 100th year of Christian Brothers football this year. 100 seasons of CB football. That's really just an incredible mark for our school, which has been around since 1842.
Indeed, Mark, that is an incredible 100 years, and I'm hoping the boys can cap it off with a section banner in the beginning of December.
As that handoff goes to Alderson Pope on 3rd down and 4, and he is through for about a yard gain. Should bring up an interesting decision for the El Camino coaching staff.
I think that the Eagles will go for it here, Mark, as they went for the previous 4th down and long. Now they're facing a 4th and 3, so it would be wise for the Eagles to keep the offense on the field.
Yeah, there's really no reason for the El Camino Eagles not to go for it here.
Before the play gets off, I'd like to give a shout-out to the Astros for all those baseball fans. Big win tonight in Houston. That will force a Game 7 between them and the Yankees tomorrow night.
We'll see if the revitalized CC Sabathia can get it done for the Yankees or not. As that pass is going deep, and get through the hands of Michael Grandstaff.
Number 16, Robert Gonzalez's pass. Defended perfectly by Mike Grandstaff Jr., number 12. Grandstaff implements his name into the ballgame. And that will bring us to the end of the third quarter here from Hughes. It is 46-6 Falcons. It's a 40-point lead for the boys at the end of 3. Gunnar Falk responsible for 5 touchdowns. Andrew Detling responsible for 1 himself, as they have accounted for all 46 of the Falcons' points.
And as we're on a little bit of a break right now, Jason, I want to remind all of you to head out to the gym at Christian Miller's on Thursday for the volleyball senior night. I know Sinclair Warren and all the girls down there will be ready to put on an impressive performance on senior night, just like the football team has here under the lights at Hughes Stadium on their senior night.
That's correct, Mark. I know our volleyball girls, they have big things in mind come the section playoffs, so everyone make sure to go out to senior night on Thursday night.
Yeah, the defending section champions will look to defend their title coming up soon as their season comes to a close on Thursday. As the handoff goes to Chase Gallup in the middle, and he has nowhere to go. He loses a yard. That El Camino defensive line has been much more impressive here in the second half, possibly because many of the Falcon starting offensive linemen are out of the game. Also, I see number 78, Jacob Holber, the German big man, 6'10", 300 pounds, playing at right tackle right now. Really just a great weapon for the Falcons coming off the bench. As Freddie Fisk has the running lane, and he has no one in front of him. 10-5, touchdown Falcons.
Just like on Fisk's previous touchdown, Jacob Jones with a nice block on the outside to set Fisk up. And Mark, I'm loving what I'm seeing from Fisk here tonight, as he'll be a main point of the Falcons offense next season, the junior, having himself a game tonight. Just a preview of what our offense will look like next year with Fisk being the focal point along with Tyler Green and Andrew Detling. And that touchdown will make it 52-6. And number 89, Luca Battararo, will be on for the extra point. His previous extra point was blocked. That was the first blocked extra point of the season that Christian Brothers has allowed.
And I know Luca's really looking for a good kick here. Luca's also an instrumental player on the Christian Brothers soccer team, who will begin play coming up in the next couple months, as that kick is up and hits the upright and is no good.
If I'm not mistaken, Mark, this is Battararo's first season playing football.
You are not mistaken, Jason.
And he has done mighty well as the kicker.
Yeah, he came out during fall camp as Christian Brothers Falcons were really looking for a kicker. And he has really filled that need and filled the shoes that have been left for him by Caden Laffin, the kicker from last year.
I think Battararo's done a great job this season handling the extra points and the kickoff duties. Tough game here, though. Missed extra point and a blocked extra point. And we're back. Looking ahead for next week for the Falcons, they'll take on the Casa Roble Rams. And the week after that, they'll close up the league slate with a matchup at the Vista Del Lago Eagles. And I think that Vista Del Lago will be the hardest team on the Falcons' schedule this year, Mark.
Yeah, indeed. That could, as the El Camino kick returner is running all around the field there, but could not gain any yards going up and down. Sideline to sideline. It's brought down to the 13-yard line. That Vista game next week will really be the pivotal,
2 weeks from now, Mark.
2 weeks from now, correct. Will really be the pivotal matchup in the Falcons season, assuming they can get by Casa Roble next week and Vista wins their game next week. It will set up a third consecutive league championship game between the Falcons and the Eagles.
They've had some pretty great ball games in the past. A couple years ago, Vista won on a last-second Hail Mary to win the league title here at Hughes, and 3 years ago, and then last year at Hughes Stadium, CB, I think, put up 40 unanswered points on the Eagles to stun them, score 70 in a win that clinched the league title for them. So I'm looking for the showdown in a couple weeks to be an interesting matchup as the Eagles feature one of the state's top running backs in Dominic Norris. I think he is third in the section in yards rushing and top 10 in the state. And it'll be a tough task for the CB defense to bottle up Norris. But I think it is a task that the defense can handle as they have looked great here all night against Alderson Pope and the Eagles running attack.
Alderson Pope is a very imposing running back, just like Dominic Norris is. As Alderson Pope takes another carry and finds some good running room before being brought down by number 42, Jeremy Rhodes.
Number 20, Jerry Leong, also in on the tackle there, playing the safety position. A junior foreign exchange student from China. Great to see Leong making a play.
Yeah, really wonderful to see some exchange students from China coming over, learning a new sport, and even making an impact here on senior night. As the handoff goes to Alderson Pope, and he looks for some running room up the middle.
The ball is out,
and
looks like the Falcons fall on it, and they do.
Yeah. And the fumble recovery goes to number 44, Jake Urgino on senior night. Wow, just what a great way to finish off Jake Urgino's career here at Hughes Stadium with a fumble recovery.
Most of the starters are out on the defense. Have resorted to the bench because of the score, but Jake Urgino is still in there. Forces the fumble and recovers it. Happy for Jake. Has had a great senior year so far for the Falcons defense, anchoring their defense.
Jake has really just been a special player for the Falcons all 4 years, anchoring each defense he's been on, freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year. As Detling keeps the ball at the middle and gains about 2 yards on the quarterback sneak.
Detling only attempted several passes tonight, mostly stuck with the ground game of number 80, Anthony Miranda, while he's been in, and number 33, Chase Gallup. So that read option was kept by Andrew Detling only for a gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 for the Falcons.
As the clock ticks under 6 minutes, now with 5 minutes and 52 seconds to go here, the Falcons leading 52-6. This will be 2nd down and 6 here for Detling and the Falcon offense.
Detling in the shotgun. Chase Gallup is to his left. Miranda in motion once again.
And the give is to Anthony Miranda around the left side. And he finds a couple yards, and he gains 2 yards, but there's laundry on the field.
Looks like another penalty on the Falcons, and that is just another error for the Falcons. Yes, this is a blowout, but his penalties are killer. The Falcons have had a lot of them tonight. I'm pretty sure head coach Tyler Ahmed will not be happy about the penalties that his team has made tonight.
Yeah, and those penalties definitely are not going to fly when tougher matchups such as Oakdale and Vista Del Lago later in the season. And as the clock ticks under 5 minutes now here, which will bring up 2nd down and 16 here for the Falcon offense.
As we said before, Detling, a junior, Gallup to his left, also a junior, Freddie Fisk in the slot, and Anthony Miranda, number 80, all juniors in the game for the Falcons, a preview of what your offense will look like next year.
And as Detling finds Chase Gallup on the screen pass, Chase Gallup has a lot of room to run and is brought down at the 23-yard line after a gain of 20.
That'll bring the Falcons inside the 30 at the 21-yard line, 1st and 10.
Falcons rolling towards their 6th straight win here tonight. And they've really just repeated last season. It's like I'm seeing it all over again. Last season, the Falcons lost the first 2 games to Manteca and Jesuit, and then rolled to 8 straight wins before losing the section playoff. 8 straight regular season wins, and then 3 straight playoff wins before losing the section championship game to Oakdale. This season, the Falcons lost the first 2 games to Manteca and Jesuit, and now are on their way to their 6th straight win, with 2 more regular season games remaining.
Detling on the quarterback keeper only gains 1 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 9 from the 20. Falcons are in the red zone once again. Clock ticks under 3:30 to play. CB 52, El Camino 6. If you're just tuning in, this has been a game dominated by the Falcons offense and their defense. Great performance overall. Gunnar Falk with 5 touchdowns. Andrew Detling with 1.
As the give goes to Chase Gallup, and he finds nowhere to go and is bottled up by the El Camino defense.
Excuse me, Delling with 2 touchdowns. My bad. That's a loss of 2 on the play. Bring up 3rd and 11 for the Falcons at their own at the Eagles 21.
As the give goes to number 32. Oh, nope. He faked that give, and it looks like he probably should have handed it off as Delling is brought down at the 33-yard line for an 8-yard loss.
They will bring up 4th and 16 for the Falcons from their own 29.
With 4 wide receivers in the formation here for Delling. He's going to show off that arm as he rolls right and is brought down by 3 Eagles at the El Camino 42-yard line.
Number 10, DeMarco Campbell on the sack for the Eagles. Good to see Campbell get in the Falcon backfield. And while we are in the change of possession, I would like to bring you the CBTalent.com play of the game. Our play of the game was quarterback Gunnar Falk finding wide receiver Jack O'Hearn on a screen pass in the second quarter for Falk's 29th passing touchdown of the season, to give him the record for most passing touchdowns in a season by a quarterback. That was O'Hearn's 2nd touchdown reception of the year, and these 2 seniors connected on senior night. And that is our CBTalent.com play of the game.
And again, click over to CBTalent.com to read a biography about Falk and learn more about him. As Alderson Pope just carries the pile down for 11 more yards. He was stopped on the line of scrimmage by the entire Falcon D-line, but kept those legs churning and gained 12 yards. Brings up a El Camino first down.
Well, Mark, as the game has progressed, I think Alderson Pope has gotten better. Falcons defense is wearing down a bit. Alderson Pope just keeps churning his legs, and every run looks more positive for him.
And here with 45 seconds here to go in this senior night matchup, the Falcons maintaining a 52-6 lead.
This might be the last play of the game here.
As Alderson Pope runs left and is brought down by number 44, Jake Regino, and number 71, Daniel Marquez.
The clock now ticks at 25 seconds to play. I think the Eagles will get off one more play here, and then that will be our ball game. They have 2nd and 5.
And here with 8 seconds to play, looks like the Eagles will take one more snap, and indeed they will. He just looks to pass, and it caught by number 2. Jaquan Henderson, he is in for the score on the last play of the game.
What a throw by quarterback. I think that was number 16. Number 16, Robert Gonzalez on the pass to number 2, Jaquan Henderson. Henderson reaching up, and Randy Mossing Mike Grandstaff on the play. Good to see the Eagles score on the last play. Positive play for them in what was a game dominated by the Falcons.
Yeah,
as no extra point will be needed here, as this game is over. The buzzer has sounded, and
the Falcons will exit Hughes Stadium tonight with a 52-12 dominating win over the El Camino Eagles, bringing them to 6-2 on the season and 3-0 in league play.
So much. As this game concludes, our player of the game is none other than quarterback Gunnar Falk. 5 total touchdowns, 4 in the air, 1 on the ground. On senior night, Falk is our player of the game with his impressive performance tonight. And as the Falcons defeat the Eagles 52-12, they're looking at Casa Roble Rams next week, and then at the Vista Del Lago Eagles in 2 weeks. And then after their game against Vista, the playoffs are here. The Falcons potentially may have another home game here at Hughes, but they have 2 away league games to conclude their season in what they hope to be another league championship season.
And as the Falcons sing the alma mater with the students down near the student section, I'd like to thank all the other members of our team who you did not hear tonight. Nick Smith, John Berkeley, Emily Shepard, of course, the wonderful Mr. Dave Anderson,
Division I coach.
as well as Jack Lyman on camera, Anthony Sueja on the sideline camera, and our wonderful sideline reporter, Mary Enos. And as well, Colin McCarley down on the field. It's very helpful for us tonight, as well as the wonderful, always there for us, Mr. Brendan Hogan, who's just we couldn't do it without him here at KBFT Sports. He really is the glue that holds all of us together.
Also, I'd like to give a final shout out to my boys Will Warner and Jacob Jones today on improving their SAT scores. I'd like to give my boys a shout out on senior night. Also, a game well played.
Also, thank you to Owen Hunt for always working the camera and doing a great job of showing you guys all the wonderful plays by the Falcon offense tonight. As the CB Falcons win 52-12, thank you for joining us here tonight on KBFT Sports. For Jason Carey, I am Mark Powers. Good night, folks.
Jake Regino, how does it feel to play your last home game here?
It's bittersweet. You know, big win. Big win was a lot of fun, but it's sad senior year coming to an end. I'm sad to graduate because I'll miss everybody on the team.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.